Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Zelensky right-hand man thanks Donald for reversing Pentagon aid freeze and calls him only leader who can end Russia's invasion. Wow. Donald is the only one that could end all this. So they're basically praising Donald. They're praising Donald. And that's what Donald likes. And I'm not trying to start anything here, but Donald likes it when people give him the respect. Donald likes when, again, praising, and this is the man that could fix all things and no one else could do it. And Donald said it many times. If I were president, none of this would have happened. So again, Zelensky right hand man is thanking Donald. You're the only one that could do this, Donald. You're the only one that can end it. You did it with Iran. You did it with India and Pakistan. We have faith in you, Donald. And so again, we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. This is a big bombshell news. Today, Donald once again said that Putin is basically, well, he's not looking to ending this war. Alright guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and contribute to the channel, we do have the PayPal link and the Cash App link in the comments box and also description box. Thank you so much for your support. Alright, so let's see what's going on here, guys. The top advisor to Ukrainian leader Zelensky publicly thanked Donald, the US president, during an exclusive interview with the Post Tuesday for stepping in to reverse a Pentagon decision to pause aid to Kiev, hailing the US president's commitment to peace through strength. Andre, the equivalent in UKR to the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, said that the US President Monday night announcement was very well received in Ukraine, especially after very substantial phone conversation between the US President and Zelensky on Friday. Now it says here, the sleeping giant sudden decision to halt shipments to Ukraine surprised Kiev, particularly because it was out of step with Donald's settlements during the call, which Zelensky heralded as one of the best two leaders have ever held. Now, during the conversation, U.S. President indeed said that he's fully supportive of continuation of the aid to Ukraine, and indeed he said that he understands the situation, according to your Mark, who listened in. All right, so a lot of things has changed. At the very beginning, when Donald first, Zelensky came to the White House, you had Donald and J.D. Vance. It was a whole different ballgame. Donald was standing for the, again, we're not going to get involved. You got to end this. Again, we hold the higher cards. You don't hold the cards. That was Donald back in March. I think it was March. And again, Zelensky was kicked out the White House and stuff like that. You guys already know the rest. But now we are seeing a different Donald. We will help you. You need help. You need us. We will help you. It's like all of a sudden he had to change of heart. So, again, we're about to get involved in this biblical war, which, again, I was reading a lot of comments, and a lot of people that went for Donald, they're not pleased. They are not pleased. Now, it says here he was quite disturbed by recent strike that have been happening for more than 3 years. But by recent strike, and I'm going to skip that name, with drones and missiles that fall in UKR cities, including the capital of Ukraine. So you guys already know there's been These last couple of days, Russia dropped the hammer. More than 500 drones in one night, and I think there was a 11 missile, might have been ballistic and other missiles, but that was a lot of drones. That was a lot of drones. Now it says here, absolutely, Donald and Zelensky are united in this. These two leaders definitely want peace, and they are absolutely against this biblical war. So what's next? What's gonna happen? So Donald is going to send the missile defense. All right, so they're not gonna send long range. They're just gonna send like a missile defense system that could take out drones, possibly missiles. That's the first thing that Donald's gonna send. And then after that, it's a possibility. Who knows? Maybe they're gonna send some other stuff too. But Donald said that he will protect. He will protect Ukraine, the yellow and blue country. And like I say, guys, just buckle up. So Donald told reporters during a cabinet meeting today, Tuesday, July 8th, 2025, he did not know who at the Sleeping Giant made the decision to stop the flowing assistance previously approved by Congress. Let's stop here for a minute. This is becoming a trending now. So Donald keeps saying, I don't know anything about that. Again, remember that doomsday plane that was hit, the Russian planes that were hit by Ukraine? Donald said he was not aware of that operation. And then someone asked Donald, hey, you heard about the helicopter that Vladimir helicopter was hit, but he was not in it? Donald said, I was not aware. I don't know what's going on with that. So it seems like Donald, again, there's a lot of stuff that his cabinet is doing all these decision, and it seems like Donald's not aware. Donald told reporters during a cabinet meeting Tuesday he did not know who at the Pentagon made the decision to stop the flow assistance previously approved by Congress. I'm sorry, guys. It's hard for me to believe that. This is the commander-in-chief. I gotta be careful what I say here, but it's just hard for me to believe that. Again, the one that put a stop to it was the Secretary of Defense. Supposedly, it was the Secretary of Defense that put a halt to it. It says here, I don't know. You tell me. Donald shoot back at a journalist who inquired about the halt. Here's the thing. If Donald didn't know about the halt, the equipment that was put on pause for Ukraine, if he didn't know about that, he should have said something that same day, like, hold on, that wasn't me. But days later, now all of a sudden, Donald's saying that he was not aware. So I don't know. You tell me. Donald shoot back at a journalist who inquired about the halt. However, the administration official have told the Post that the move originated, at least in part, with Undersecretary of Defense for Policy and Bridge Colby, who has a long track record of promoting, I'm going to skip the name, policies. Colby's defenders, including ousted ex-Defense Department advisor Dan, have claimed that the decision was made by the U.S. Commander-in-Chief. Again, by the president before Donald made clear Tuesday that wasn't the case. A lot of strange things are happening, guys. A lot of things are changing with Donald. Again, guys, so like I said, just stay focused on Christ. But I noticed a lot of things are changing with Donald. Today he was very furious. He snapped. He snapped at the reporter when the reporter asked about the Jeffrey list. You guys know what I'm talking about here. The Jeffrey list, and the Attorney General was there. She was going to answer the question, and Donald stopped her. Donald's like, I got this. Attorney General, I got this. So Donald's like, we're gonna keep talking about Jeffrey. You're gonna keep bringing up his name. We got Texas and stuff. So Donald felt like he was very upset about the question about Jeffrey. It is a big topic, Donald. It's still considered big breaking news, and people still uh what's going on here, what's going on with all this information. I mean, this is not, you told us that the list was going to be revealed. Now you got Elon is saying, hey, there is a list. So, and you guys already know Elon got his own party. He said that one of his focus is to release those information, the list. All right. So, again, that's a whole different ball game, but I just wanted to bring that up really quick, guys. But Donald today, I mean, if you pay attention, I mean, you could tell, something is wrong. You could tell something is wrong. So the list is not being, well, there's no list according to them, and we're about to help Ukraine with the war. It is not about headlines. Oh, give me a second here. I skipped something. So ask how the pause affect Ukraine's defense. Your Mark said Kiev is not here to complain. We are here to make things happen. Good deals. That's what matters, he said. But let's be honest. When the bear launches over 100 of drones almost every night, along with ballistic and other equipment, any delay in deliveries becomes a real concern. It is not about headlines. It's about people waking up to explosion. It's about keeping moral strong. Kiev is now confident that Donald and Zelensky's relationship will continue to grow, particularly as the bear leader Vladimir continues to, the BS word I'm not going to say, the president, as Donald revealed Tuesday. A lot of people are passing, and it should end. Donald complained. We get a lot of BS thrown at us by Putin. Oh, man. Now, again, this is Donald words. If you want to know the truth, he's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless. So Donald is definitely, saying certain words. I mean, a week and a half ago, he used the F word. He dropped it. He dropped the F bomb, and then today he dropped the BS word. So you could tell that when a person is frustrated, when a person releases like a swear word, it goes to tell you that they are very angry and frustrated. And the Bible says that it's very important, slow to anger. All right, so we need someone, a leader that knows how to control their emotion and control their anger. We are seeing little by little Trump is kind of, today he snapped. Today he used a swear word. A week and a half ago he dropped the F bomb. Again, he called himself a Christian. A true Christian does not act like that. Please, Donald supporters, please, come on. All right. Again, I know a lot of people just get really upset. Lewis, can you stop going after Donald? I'm not going after him. I'm just saying the man needs prayer. Yomak called the leader firm words about the bear leader encouraging. We've seen Donald recent messaging on Crane, and frankly, we're impressed, he said. No exaggeration, the clarity, the leadership, the determination, we truly appreciate it. Yomak, it's optimistic that Donald will continue his support for Crane, which may soon be seen again with a pending bill that Kiev believes would deliver the most impactful of the Russian sanctions package to date. Now, drawing parallels with golf, this is like a hole-in-one, your Mark said, of the bill sponsored by Lindsay. It's a drive that does not happen frequently, but it hits the hole. What are your thoughts, guys? The bill will slap 500% tariffs on countries including the Red Dragon and India. Wow. that still imports the bare oil, the key source of Moscow income. We believe that the adoption of this legislation will deprive the bear of around $60 billion by the end of this year. It seems to me that this serves also as a moment to reconsider trade priorities in the world. You know, they are buying these things that help the bear continue the war and take out innocent. Let them instead buy American energy resources. That's win-win situation. So Donald, what he's trying to do is stop buying the Russian oil. You could buy our stuff, and that way we could weaken Russia, and they won't have money for their war. That also could work. The problem here, guys, is I just don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. And I mean, again, you know, anything is possible, but you have multiple countries buying oil from Russia. And Europe, they do need oil from Russia. Again, it gets cold in winter. All right, so I don't know how's that gonna work, but eventually we're gonna find out sooner or later. Yomak went on say that Donald is the only leader. He's the only leader in today's world who can influence the bear to end its 40-month-old war on Ukraine. We would be happy if this war was the bear against Ukraine. Donald helps us to achieve a just and strong, durable peace, he said. His pressure is working. Pressure not only in relation to the military aid, but also, I think, a sanction pressure. Indeed, today he's the only leader who can make Putin move not just to this imitation, of the negotiation, but real negotiations. All right, so this is where we are right now. Some very important updates. This is like my third video. All right, they are praising Donald. Thank you, Donald. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the only one, man. You're the only one. Zelensky ain't doing nothing. You know, he yelled at me. Donald, we need you, man. So, again, Donald loves when people, like, praise him, like, respect, all right? So, Donald likes that. He truly loves it. Yesterday, at the White House, Benjamin was there. The Holy Land Prime Minister was there. And he announced the Nobel Peace Prize. And Benjamin gave the speech. A nice thank you speech to Donald. And Donald, you know, he sat, he listened, and he likes it when people show him that respect. Like, thank you, Benjamin. That was very kind. That was a very kind message. Thank you. So, again, he likes, you know, being praised, respected. So, now Ukraine is doing that. Donald, you're the only one. You're the only one. We need you. Help us. We do whatever you want us to do. Stop the bear. So this one here is going to be a big one. Because Russia is not Iran. Russia is not Mexico. Russia is not Canada. Russia is a very powerful country that it's hard for us to go one-on-one against them. And this is like WW apocalypse end times. This is like the Bible prophecy final event when it comes to nation against nation. The bear is like a very powerhouse with 5,000 nuclear, and it could shake the sleeping giant. We also have nukes. But like Putin said, no one wins. Everyone will be obliterated. Alright, so we're going to see how all this works out. Donald is going to send equipments. We are getting involved. We always get involved, guys. That's who we are. The sleeping giant always get involved. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.